What's up, guys? Operation New Blood is here, and today we're going to be doing an operator guide after playing ranks for about a week. I know there's a lot of cheaters, but you know, we're still going to rate all the operators and go through who's really good and who's someone you probably shouldn't use. So I'm going to rate these guys pretty fast and give a little bit of information on why I think this operator is in a certain spot. This is for people that play ranked. This is not a competitive tier list because, I mean, most people aren't playing comp. Most of you guys are just playing ranked. So this tier list is for you. Ace, S tier. Good gun, hard breach. Can't really go wrong. Ace is always going to be a good op. Really good on the hard breach. Let's do all the hard breaches really quick. You have Ibana, really good hard breach. Always going to be useful. The thing I like about them is that you're always going to be safe because you can use your hard breach from far away. Thermite takes a little bit of more know-how and, like, you know, a little bit more flank cover because, you know, if you place your thermite on the wall and no one's covering you, you can die. Thermites are really good for outside walls though. And Thermite is really good, but, you know, I just think that he's slightly lower because it's more for outside walls, and Ace and Hibanas are more on the fly on anything. Amaru, super situational. Just, you know, can be really strong and can make plays. But if you pick Amaru every round, chances are you're probably not going to win too much. Ashe. Ashe is one of the best entries in the game, but why I put Ashe at S? I think I'm gonna put Ashe at S purely because I feel like she's one of the best entries in the game. 3 speed and a good gun, and then the soft destruction to make lines of sight. Just really good at maneuvering around the map and taking firefights. Blackbeard in the current meta is kind of troll. You might be able to find a situation where you can use Blackbeard, but overall, Blackbeard's going to sit at the D tier. Blitz. In the current meta, Blitz can be extremely useful almost all the time. But, you know, situationally, I would pick him like here or there, but I wouldn't be like, you know, just straight up raw dog Blitz main. So, can be really good in making aggressive pushes. Montaigne, a little bit easier to protect yourself. So even without the team support, you can, you know, take cover behind the shield, and you can still be really aggressive because you can sprint with the shield. So Montaigne, I feel like, is the better of the two shields. Blitz is more offensive focused for a rush, and Montaigne's more just general overall like pressure, like all the walls are coming down around you. You got Brava. People really hate on where I place Brava, but Brava for a normal ranked game is going to be C tier. Situationally can be really good. She can be really good, but it really depends on what the other team's bringing. This is a counter pick up. Like, if they're bringing a Maestro, a Capkin, you can counter pick with a Brava. But Brava by herself is not going to do too much. And you're going to be in your cameras most of your time while your team is fighting and doing things. And, you know, they're basically making it a 5v4 until you get off your goddamn cameras. And I've seen people as Brava run around their cameras for like a minute and a half, and then they get off their cameras and it's like a 2v4, and they lose all the time. Brava can be good, but again, counter pick. Buck, S tier, easy. Buck is, I would argue, is the best entry in the game. Soft destruction, good gun, Gon 6, flashbangs, hard breach. Like, he has that literally a Swiss Army knife of a kid. He's just super fucking good. Easy. Capital, I'm gonna place Capital with the with the Blitz. Situational pick for sure. But can be really good. Swiss Army knife kit. I feel like that's safe for Capital. Deimos again is a little bit more situational. Like, I thought Deimos was gonna be really, really damn good, but he's honestly a situational pick. He's pretty good, and if you get underneath, you can definitely do some things. But a lot of times when Deimos is played, it's because Buck's banned. If Buck's not banned, there's not much of a reason to bring Deimos if you're going to work the vert. And, you know, Deimos is only ever played if, you know, if Buck's banned, you want to work vert, or if Dokkaebi and Jackal are banned, and you want to roam clear, then you pick Deimos. You know, Dokkaebi. That being said, Dokkaebi is S tier, one of the best roam clear operators in the game. Easy enough. Jackal, another roam clear op, is going to be A tier because you can only scan one at a time, but it's still really good. Dokkaebi works on the entire enemy team from outside, and you're completely safe. You can execute off that. It's always really good. Finka, I love my Finka. I'm placing Finka at A tier as an entry because the heals are always nice. You can pick your team up. You can heal people that took firefights. And you have a good gun with grenades for util clear. Always never a bad thing to have a Finka. People aren't going to complain about getting free health, trust me. Flores, same situation as Brava with the don't sit on your cameras too long. But Flores can basically destroy any type of utility that you run into. Like, Flores can destroy everything. But he's only going to be a B tier because, again, you do have to sit on your cameras for a bit. But Flores has a little bit of entry power with those flashbangs. So Flores has a little bit more going on, I feel, than the Brava. And Flores is one of my favorite operators to play in rank. So I think that Flores sits safely at B tier because can be really good, but it depends on your team. If they're all running around rushing in with like IQ, Ash, Ayana, and you're Flores outside destroying things, chances are you're probably not going to win that game. Fuse can be decent situationally, but I struggle placing Fuse with this lineup of operators. It honestly hurts me to place Fuse near these ops. I mean, I can't do it. I'm placing Fuse at D tier. Fuse can be good at destroying util, but you're not really going to get kills with Fuse, bro. Like, Glass, situational pick, can be good for rushes with the thermal. Gridlock, really good flank watch. Never bad. Util clear. I mean, you can't really go wrong with Gridlock, but 3 armor is always rough. Nomad, I feel like is the better of the 2 flank watches and has a little bit more entry focus with the flashbangs. Grim is always good for, like, you know, Grim is like a Ying in a way with a hard breach charges, but I mean, I do think that Ying is better than Grim. In fact, Ying in the right hands can be an S tier because you basically you always start the execute with a Ying and everybody's running in terror. Unless there's a Warden. And hell, if you really want to be a cheese ball, you could ban Warden at the start of the game and then just go Ying and everyone's going to run for their lives. Ayana with the nerf with the EMPs. Honestly, I struggle placing Ayana at this tier because I feel like she just got a little bit more of the kiss of death. I'm going to place her at C tier because she can still be effective with her EMPs, maybe smokes, and, you know, intel gathering, but she definitely falls to the wayside just a little bit. IQ can be good, you know, if you're working with a team and, you know, Valk cams more, but again, more of a counter pick. Like, you're counter picking, let's say, like Valkyrie. Like, I'm bringing IQ because they have a Valkyrie. IQ isn't inherently strong herself, but she's good situationally. Callie, again, another more situational pick. I do definitely love picking some Callie. She can be really strong with a sniper in the right positions. I'm not talking about outside on the rooftop miles away from the site. I'm talking about, like, actually pushing in with the Callie, holding an aggressive angle, like Organ Bunker, like holding those head holes, or, you know, destroying, like, the Azamis with her ability. And then you have that good secondary where you can actually rush in and catch people off guard. But I love Callie, but I couldn't put her over C tier because people will, no, they'll freak. Lion B tier. I struggle to put Lion higher than this because he can be really good for executes. You hit a Lion scan and you go for an execute with, like, Yings and stuff. Everyone's getting marked. It's pretty fucking crazy, but kind of in conjunction with other operators. Maverick, hard breacher that can open everything on his own. I'm going to place Maverick at the B tier because you are very vulnerable when you are Maverick, but you can cut through anything you want. You have 3 speed, you have a decent gun, and you do a flashbang, so you can function as an entry, but also put holes in walls wherever you want. So, can be kind of handy. We got Knock. Knock, honestly, in the current meta, I think is a D tier. I just don't think there's ever a reason to bring a Knock. I mean, there's one time that I can really think about bringing Knock, and that's on Bank. You're, like, going up lobby staircase to CEO, up spiral, where people hold up with a camera, or you walk through garage where people hold up with a camera, and you can just walk all the way through, and people aren't going to know you're there. That's the only real times, you know, and there's a spot where people watch with cameras, then maybe Knock can work, but just very, very rarely. Osa. I think Osa definitely belongs at least at the B tier. Osa is always a solid pick, and the shields are nice. Guns are good. You have grenades for util clear. Always solid. Honestly, Osa could be listed a little bit higher, but I think that's safer also because it kind of forces you to play a little bit more passive. Ram is the, vertical whiz kid. So, you throw them above. Yeah, well, you don't have to be inside the building. You can throw them in through the windows, apply so much pressure, and then, you can walk up to those vertical holes that you made earlier and just fry people. So, Ram, any of the R4C, always good. Sens, just don't bother. Ying exists. Grim exists. You don't need to bring Sens. People can just impact or nitro your walls anyways, and then they can see right through it. It needs to be reworked in some capacity. Sledge, I think Buck is in a really strong spot. With Sledge is a little bit weaker because of the 3 armor. So I'm going to play Sledge at the B tier because Sledge can be good, but with Ram and Buck, it just makes Sledge a little bit worse. So, because, these 2 ops exist. You have Striker. Honestly, I thought the hard breach EMP thing as Striker was going to be kind of mid, but honestly, it's kind of nice. I'm going to play Striker at the B tier because sometimes he can be really good. Like, I'll pick Striker on, let's say, Bank, where we're attacking basement, and I'm going through open area. Don't bother bringing EMPs. I can do it all myself. I bring a hard breach charge and EMPs, and I get the hatches if it's cated. It's kind of effective. But there's not many situations where Striker is going to be extremely effective, better than any other operators. You can bring grenades and flashbangs or flashbangs and smokes for executes. You can bring a lot, but at the end of the day, no matter what utility combo you bring, it's never going to be as good as some of the other operators. So I think B tier is very generous for Striker. Honestly, could be C tier, but I'll leave Striker at the B tier because of the potential combinations you can do. It's more limitless. It's more of a Swiss Army knife. Thatcher is always solid. I want to place Thatcher at A tier, but because Two-Brow exists, Thatcher instantly gets a little bit worse in my mind. But Thatcher is always good. I love Thatcher. I want to play some S, but I feel like in the current meta, he's not. I'm placing Thatcher today. In the current meta, I just don't think Thatcher is that S tier operator. So, there you go. Twitch. Again, same situation as Brava and Flores, but I feel like Twitch's ability is a little bit easier and faster to use and, does a little bit more. Brava's takes a little bit of maneuvering and a lot of time spent on cameras. Twitch is more quick and speed. I think Twitch functions better in a normal rank match than Brava does. Brava can be good. Don't get me wrong. Like if that enemy team's mainly Maestro and use a bunch of cameras, it's definitely nice hacking those cameras as Brava. I'm not saying that. It can be good, but it's not going to be good. If you pick Brava every single game, every single round, I feel like you're not going to find super high effectiveness with your gadget. So, Zero. Zero, I feel like his gadget works similarly to Brava, but it works a lot faster. Like, I shoot a camera, now I have a camera. So, Brava, I have to hack the camera. I have to get it close up that I can hack the camera. Can't get my camera shot before I do it. Zero, you just shoot it anywhere. It can be literally anywhere. Like, it's a little bit better. Good gun, Gone 6. And, does force your teammates to have to watch the camera, so there is that. Zofia, I feel like Zofia should be an A tier because of all of her kit. Like, you have a good gun, you have concussions for pushes, you have impacts to destroy soft destruction, claymores are breaching charges. The one thing that sucks about Zofia, the one thing is that she's a 3 armor. If she was a 2 speed, I'd probably rate her higher, but honestly, I feel like that's fair. This is it. This is the attacker tier list for Operation New Blood. Let's go. Make sure to subscribe, comment, and leave a like down below for more. And peace out. Until next time. Hey.